Hari Om Narayana Sai Om Narayana Shri Lakshmi Narayana Shri Sathya Narayana Hari Om Narayana
Saram. Welcome, Linda.
Thank you.
We are excited, and I can tell already from being here with you and feeling the energy in this place that you're deeply connected to spiritual things. Tell me a little bit about your upbringing and who you are in the worldly sense before this stuff started happening to you.
Youngest of 4 children. Grew up, mom from the Philippines, dad from Georgia, and grew up normal American, went to college, had a good life, and got married. And in my 30s, woke up overnight spiritually. Always went to church, and mom was very spiritual, and dad questioned everything because he had the gift also of seeing and knowing things. So when I woke up in my 30s, I had been in a car accident and I had injury to my neck, and the orthopedic surgeons told me I'd have to live with it. And I said, I know there's a better way. So I started going to masseuse, acupuncturist, and it led into holistic practitioners. And the next thing I knew, I was in South America with psychic surgeons. So each thing I would go and check out, I would study it because I'm a major, got to know what this was and question it. So when Sathya Sai Baba showed up, I was already in that mode of finding help.
How did you find out about him?
Well, in 1996, I was awakening spiritually, and phenomenon were happening all around, and he appeared in my bedroom.
Okay.
Physically.
Okay.
It wasn't just a see-through spiritual apparition. He appeared, he smiled, and I looked at him and I nodded and I felt his presence. I knew it was someone special, but I didn't know who.
Really?
And so I asked, he disappeared, and I asked around to some of my mentors, and one knew who he was, and he was known as the manifesting guru.
Okay.
At the time.
1996.
96. Nothing that I know of after that, all the way fast forward to 2011.
Okay, so that's a lot of years.
It's a lot of years.
Okay.
And I was managing a jewelry store, and Sheila Kumar came in to shop, who's a devotee, and when she went to pay, she opened her wallet and there was a photo of Bob. And I said, oh, you follow Sathya Sai Baba? She said, oh my goodness. And we bonded. And so in November, she invited me to come to the 24-hour prayer at R.J. Patel's.
Oh, Chodabai. Yeah.
And so I didn't know what to do or anything, any expectation. And I just knew to go in and be humble and present. And so I sat in the back of the room, and I was guided because I'm an intuitive. I heard wear all white. So I did. And I sat down, and as they were doing the bhajans, I go into a deep meditation trance, and all of a sudden Shirdi Sai Baba comes alive and initiates me with all these ancient symbols, starting from my head all the way down my back.
Really? Have you ever seen these symbols before?
They look Tibetan to me, but no, not in this lifetime. And then the next year, I went again. And this year, the second year, it was Sathya Sai Baba that came alive in the meditation. And I was guided to connect to the universe, and all this white light comes in. And I was guided to connect all the hearts of everyone praying around the world and give them darshan, with Baba. And then I was watching, and he and I can't remember what the gift they gave me, but he and Karuna Mai, is it Karuna Mai?
Sure.
Sprinkled white roses all around me and blessed me. And
This was in your meditation on
Well,
during Akhanda Bhajans.
During the bhajans.
I want to go back. The first time Swami appeared to you in the room, so we're backtracking quite a bit.
1996.
96. What were the details of that experience? What were the things that you remember about that? Did he say anything? Did he just look at you? Did you feel certain things? Was he luminous? Was he glowing? Was he like a normal person standing there, as far as just if we're looking at each other here in that sense? How did it look? How did it feel?
He was luminous,
Mm-hmm.
but in real 3D.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a peace about it. So I had no worry of
You weren't
question.
scared.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was in his energy field.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're in a master or a high elevated soul's energy, it's pure love. There is no fear. They raise our consciousness when they come and grant us. Like, they bring us to a higher elevation to remember our heart and love, to return to who we really are, not this package of ego. So I knew that it was like a special visit. It would have importance. Little did I know. And from the time he appeared in front of me, the miracles that happened in my everyday life of who I met and when, that elevated my spiritual path, it catapulted. It was like I was being put so that I could grow as fast as I could grow. And I was doing healing out of nowhere. I was in real estate. I was like a big socialite, like, in the community. And all of a sudden, I'm doing hands-on psychic surgery where bones go back into place.
Really?
And I'm going, well, I didn't know I could do that.
So you feel that experience opened all kinds of spiritual capacity in you that wasn't there before.
It feels like a paired consciousness almost, like riding the wave with someone holding on to you, showing you what you already have, but making you self-realize it.
They say when the student is ready, the master will appear. Well, that's a pretty literal appearance in your case.
Yes.
And okay, so once again, you didn't know who he was at the time, but you weren't frightened. Has he ever appeared to you again physically since that time in the bedroom, or was that the only time that you saw the physical form?
Only time.
Okay. Other than that, you've experienced his frequency come in, and it's distinct to you, and you can recognize it when it appears. You feel that.
Mm-hmm.
Any other experiences? Was there anything else specifically that you remember that's coming to your mind?
We've had a couple of rounds, I'm going to call it, where it's like little blocks of time. Sometimes it's 2 months, sometimes it's 6 months, and it's like I'm in school with him. And he'll have me go up into a higher elevation, and there might be 2 or 3 people there, and it's almost like he's schooling us. So I found that profound and very important. And if I've ever asked for something and it's in the highest and best good, it's immediately delivered.
A lot of devotees have experienced that. Do you find that there's a certain process for the asking and the answering there?
I say, Sathya Sai Baba, if it serves the highest and best good, can you please help me with this? Show me the way. And Raj Patel taught me something without even knowing he taught me. He said, in Baba's time, he always delivers.
Who is Sai Baba to you?
Oh, divine oneness. The cosmic whole in a physical form. All there is.
And what's convinced you of that?
The heart connection.
A feeling, a knowing.
Totally. A love. Yeah. It's beyond this earth what we know love is. It's an emergence in oneness of the soul, the cosmic soul. So that's how I know it takes someone like Sathya Sai Baba to help someone along, to help them come back into knowing. Many people can go back into that essence of love, but they've got to have an experience of what it is. So when you're in the energy field of someone that's holding that frequency, that is practicing that, is that, you may not want it or not, but you're sure going to get it.
So you keep getting these messages from Sai Baba. I guess it's never going to stop.
Oh, I hope not.
Life's more fun with it.
I'm grateful every day.
Chase, everyone. Thank you for sharing.